originally got you started in MMA?
One of the reasons was discipline. I needed to get it together. I was a bit of a knucklehead when I was younger. Like I started with Catholic school, etc. Like I was the token kid, perfect, no trouble, no law enforcement issues, or nothing. Then just the environment we're in. Sometimes you succumb to it. You fall victim, or be a part of it. So after that, my first son was conceived, and at that point, I realized I need to do something that's worthy. Something that leave purpose, like that dash between our birth and death date. So I just started taking up martial arts. Started with judo, and then from there, like 3 months into training, I started competing immediately in the underground circuit in New York because the legalities in Jersey was blacklisting a lot of New York fighters. So we just had our own thing out here. And from there, it's been like official licenses, etc. since then.
So how were you able to get around those issues?
Well, what happened was I fought amateur, like I have 14 fighting amateurs. 8 of them were on the Underground Combat League, and whether if you want to call it credible or not, as far as the league, like, oh, well, that was underground, that's like just 2 guys in a bar fighting. It wasn't the case. Guys came to terms of agreement. Do you want to fight with Pride rules? Do you want to fight 1FC rules? Do you want to fight UFC unified rules, like ABC rules? And I always fought under UFC rules because I was like, that's the goal. And I was like, to get there, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I want to fight Pride, and I don't have no intentions on the Pride. So we used to participate in those, and then a lot of the amateur leagues started getting official sanctioned bodies. Like, I hold a WKA title at 170. When I was in the amateur, I fought at 170. And, that was just a foot in as far as legitimizing the actual cause of what we were trying to get done in New York. And then for me, I was still getting blacklisted even after competing on the amateurs here. Like, I remember when I personally called up the commissioner of Pennsylvania and Jersey, like, there was no manager behind me, and I just recently got a manager. Like, I've been in the game this long where I haven't had any manager. I had attempts at it, and people just weren't consistent, or, it just wasn't their niche. It didn't work out. So I called the commissioner myself, and he was like, you get killed with my guys down there. Mind you, I've never fought with shin guards. I've thrown elbows my whole amateur career, like, and knees. So for me to get killed, like, was it was an insult, right? And they blacklisted me till I had a total of 14 amateur fights. And then my pro debut was in, I went up to Massachusetts, Springfield, Massachusetts. And I fought for Premier FC just to get my pro license. Because once you have the license, it's like, you can't really tell me no, like, at this point. I have a license, I passed qualification of a state sanctioned body. There's no reason why you guys are telling me no still. From there, we went to Jersey. And I've been at it since, like, all over. I don't care wherever the fight is. PA, Jersey, Rhode Island, Boston, Baltimore. I'm down the bend. Like, that's just been my resume. I've had 8 fights this year in the pros, and most people are not as active as me. Doesn't matter the weight. I've done catch weight. I went back up to 170, which doesn't work as well because my body physique, like, I'm not as big as most of the 170s. Because you don't know the weight cutting game in MMA. So that's just how it's been since.
Yeah, that was the thing I've been really impressed by your career, is that your willingness to fight anywhere at any time, it seems.
Because I don't get ready. I try to stay ready. Never know what call it is. Whether it's Bellator or not, like, I don't know. Like, somebody calls with a $3,000 purse, that's something to feed my kids. So I try to stay in fight camp at least 10 to 15 pounds out. Like, it's hard, but, even if I got a 20, 30 pound cut, we make it happen somehow. Like, grit and will, like, I'll make it happen.
I was going to say, that does make sense to stay closer to your actual fighting weight than some of the other fighters do, because that always baffles me, their willingness to cut as opposed to, changing their lifestyle habits and make that a permanent.
I mean, because it's a lot of sacrifice with the dietary part of the lifestyle. Like, you miss out on a lot of things, like just holiday dinners, or you're the weird guy at, even if you're working out consistently, you don't want to always be that weird guy, like, oh, yeah, what are you having? Everybody's having steak at a barbecue. You're like, yeah, I'm just eating salad. I'm on weight cuts. It sucks. 90% of the time, that's the lifestyle. Me at family holidays, we're not eating this. You're not eating gandulas. You're not eating rice. No, I'm not eating. I can't partake in those traditional meals because I'm on fucking diet as usual. So, you know, it's one of those things that definitely suck. So it's not easy. That's the hard. I always thought it was the weight management, the weight cuts is the harder part of the game. I'd rather take the knee to the face than have to cut weight.
Yeah, I know
But,
what you mean.
you know, it is what it is.
That, and then I hear the other part you're not a big fan of is the ticket sales.
No, definitely not. Like, I feel like, I get it. The promoters want you to be a draw for them to give you what you want, but, like, you asking a lot of a fighter. People don't realize they're asking a lot of a fighter. You're spending. Let me put it in this perspective. And promoters may not care because they don't give a shit. Their pockets are getting fat. They're not gonna like me after this, and I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't get booked next year, for my opinion. But the fact of the matter is, promoters are not promoting. They don't promote. The fighter does.
Exactly.
Like, if you're not the main card, they really don't give a shit. But yet, we'll sell out all the tickets. Like. And I love to fight. I love the opportunities that are given to me when I fight the Bellator, and hopefully one day the UFC. But the reality is, I sell the tickets for the Fedors and for the GSPs. Nobody in my hometown really knows them. Even if they know them, they don't buy it for those guys. Like, a lot of times it's the local fighters that are selling the stands in. And then you have the guy that's like on the main line and maybe you can tickets well. If he's not a McGregor, and you know the marketing, man. Everybody knows the marketing is visible today. Like, if he's not a McGregor, he's not a Diaz, like, it doesn't matter. Sales are not going to be out through the roof. So, therefore, all the lower card guys that you pull in on the preliminaries, we don't get the TV time. You know, we do all the sales. But yet, you still want us to make weight. You still want us to make legal obligations. You still want us to, you know, do the marketing and promote it. And I get it. That's the footwork you have to do to become the McGregors. There's no bitching and moaning. It's just you got to take it with a grain of salt. But it's also a fucked up aspect because you want me to prepare for a fight, but you also want to be a retailman or a salesman. Like, to convince friends and family are the hardest things you can do most of the time to get a ticket. You'll hear so many excuses from close friends more than you will complete strangers. I've had more complete strangers in the past 8 years of my career as opposed to a few of close friends buy tickets. Like, literally, like, I got it. I'm gonna get one. So that's just how it is. Like, it's just annoying.
I know what you mean. That's got to be rough with that. I mean,
it's a lot. You're trying to cut weight and you're trying to focus on the fight and you're trying to make sure you foresee your victory, and yet you gotta be motherfucking you gotta be home shopping network with tickets. You gotta come up with sales gimmicks. You gotta come up with shit like example. Last time I came up with a raffle. This is the second time I've done a raffle. For people to get the opportunity to afford something, like, may not be able to afford those tickets, but if I'm giving it to you for $5 a pop, partake in a raffle, people still want you to just get shit away for free.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, wow, I got to pay for a raffle ticket. The ticket's $80 to $90. You're only paying $5 for a chance to win. Everybody played Powerball for $40 in the last 2 weeks. Like, you kidding me?
Exactly. Yeah, people want you to hand them stuff, and I know what you mean. You know, family comes around and they expect it. So tell us about being the Machine. Your nickname, the Machine. Tell us about being the Machine.
No, the mechanic? Well,
yeah.
It came from literally, like, I used to, when I first won amateurs, my first trainer, it's on YouTube, immortalized, and it's definitely not a pretty sight of the sport. But it's also showing people why the coach can't be the manager and the manager can't be the promoter. Like, it's a conflict. And me and my first trainer were very good friends. And we were friends, and damn near I considered him family. Like, when I was incarcerated, I wrote him, checked up on him, vice versa, let him know, like, when I get out, I'm down. This is all I have. You know, like, I had college credits, but as far as school, like, I don't want to do school anymore. Like, it's nothing I want to do behind a desk. I have no more. There's no greater joy than when I lace up and glove up and, you know, like, the Vaseline on the face of your walking. I really have found, like, no other substitute to this denim. Like, I've tried to take off from it and fake retire when I get grow tired of the politics and the bullshit. but it's just one of those things that I can't leave alone. So we were originally going like with the bull because I used to run through my competition and the amateurs. All my wins are first round knockouts, everybody, and that's why everybody questions if I have a grounder. You know, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. Like my hands, when I connect, usually most guys go to sleep. So we just work on finessing it and getting better at my striking. But we also worked at my ground, and most people don't realize I do a lot of ground work. I work with CJ guys, wrestlers, etc. So like a mechanic, you got to tweak, tune, and fine tune. So it's a double standard meaning, like you know, as a mechanic, you tweak and fine tune and adjust and make the proper adjustments so your performance is on top. But also, we're talking in the sense of like not Jason Statham, but we're talking about Charles Bronson mechanic. Like I have an arsenal of tools like a lot of people don't know. Like, and I felt like I displayed it in the last Bellator, despite the judge ruling for the local fan favorite, because in Long Island, you fight the Long Islander, you got to beat them in totality. I know the politics of the game. You know, unfortunately, thought I did enough getting, but I displayed, you know, my judo background, etc. Everybody thinks I'm just a striker. I'm like, I have actually a judo background. I used to win most of my amateur fights with basic wrestling, a good takedown, ground and pound the shit out of you. And
you were able to beat him the first time you all fought, correct?
Yeah, I put him out cold, and I went for it again, and he recovered well. Both times I took him off his, like, rocked, you know, I knocked the cobwebs, and he survived. And you know, I felt like if we look at the strike counter, which wasn't put up, I don't see how he managed to beat me. But you know, that's how the politics go. That's just how it goes. There's some things like you get used to what you learn. Like it's just also things you don't want to get used to because it's a mental strain as a fighter. Like, doesn't matter what you do. If you don't do what you only done in the past, you won't win. Like that's how I feel. If I don't knock them out most of the time, I will forever lose in the crowd's eyes or the ticket sales eyes. The politics of that. Like I know you put up more ticket sales than me. Long Island's your backyard. That's like if we fought in the Bronx and I couldn't produce more than 40 sales. I can't be like, yo, fighting out of the Bronx, New York. I might as well for that be coming from Missouri. And, you know, that's just the politics. It happened. I felt like it happened to me in CES and then when I fought up in Rhode Island that I thought I did a lot more. Like, when you look at the strike counter, and it's also different systems. I realize MMA it's still, even though it's a developed sport and definitely has grown into a high market, it's still growing. You know, like, people, I realize the judging is they don't know what the hell they're doing sometimes. They really don't.
It's not a science. They're still changing, they're still developing.
Yeah, they're adjusting rules, the three-point stances, etc. But the judging is it's so like, I don't know, like, the judges need to be unified in the sense of exactly what should you be looking for. Like, most people don't realize there's no points for reversals. So there's no points for getting out of bad situations or, you know, switching dominant position from bottom and going into a dominant. There's no points for that. There's no points for getting up after being taken down and then reversing the roles and being on the assault. But if a guy advances forward, because it is mixed martial arts, they're scoring in a sense of a tie system. You're backing up and he's going forward. Now it's tie. If he's pinning you, now it's only wrestling. But like, if it's not effective, and I hate to use him as a qualification, but like, there's not no Khabib pinning where he's body control and body locking and beating shit out of you. I mean, a guy humping your leg for a whole round and a half should not be a high score. It honestly should be deemed inactive where the ref stands him up. Like, you're not doing enough. But, you know, the weird to, oh, he's working a strategy, he's wrestling. No, he's fucking catching his breath because I'm beating shit out of him most of the time. And it is what it is. That's what it is, you know? Like, wrestlers and strikers will be forever the matchup because one's going to bring the entertainment value and then the other one's going to do what, oh my God, we didn't see him pulling out of that. You knew he was going to pull out of it. He wrestled for all 3 rounds. Like, meanwhile, other guys' output is higher. It's just the way the sport is, man. And I feel like it's a lot of things that still need to develop and change. Like, unfortunately, that's just the game, you know? You got to take it with a grain of salt till it evolves to what it needs to be. Like, judges system has to develop the promotion. Promoters got to promote. Do your job. Like, whether it's the prelims or the main card, like, you guys are selling a fight. Like, without the fighters, there's no ticket. And people, well, why would you say that? You know, you want to get in bed with these people. I do, but I'm also going to speak what's fair. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you guys, if you actually fight, you must make a lot of money. Shit, I wish. I wish. If I was making amounts, and I'm not saying everybody needs Connor's money, but if I was making the amounts of 60, 70K to 100K a fight, then I would be happy with that. He was like, Chris, that's it? I'm like, I would be happy with that. Oh, you got to pay a quarter, man. Yeah. You know, I break down $5,000 each person in a camp or something like that. That's fine. That's more than most people make, you know, monthly. Even with whether it's gym costs or like their gym is running efficiently, etc. This is more than most people are making. So I would figure out the budget, but most people don't realize you overshoot what you really need in life.
Very true. It's better to it's better to overestimate than underestimate. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
So tell us, why do you feel you're in the best or toughest weight class?
Because the guys are light on their ass, but some of these guys hit hard. They're fast. They're strong. They're great grapplers. A lot of them are. Like, I'm not going to sit and take anything from them. It has nothing to do with the Connor being in that 155 or anybody else. It's the fact of the matter where, like, these are the apex predators are like a 155. I feel like the heavyweights, some of the twists, like, you got a lot of knockout artists, but like when you have to sit there factoring guys like Stipe Miocic, that guy is well rounded. Like, people are like, oh, Ngannou's scary. I'm like, I always told people, like, Ngannou is a knockout guy, but if you put him through the test of conditioning cardio, he's gonna get exposed. So when I sit there and analyze the divisions, like 155 is scary. You got guys like Nate Diaz that can take a beating and mauling and then maul the shit out of you and insult you while he does it. You got guys like Khabib who gets down there and he bear hugs the shit out of you, then beats you into submission. You got guys like Tevin Lee. You got a lot. Like 155 is dangerous. Like, they're not just hitting hard; they're explosive. They're fast. They're strong. That's what makes it scary. It's not like, okay, well, yeah, I gotta go against the Glover Teixeira, and it's me and him, and whoever lands the strongest. Like, no, it's really like it's not taking anything away from the heavyweights or the bigger brackets, but it's definitely more chess, and you don't know what to expect with guys at that weight, like, or that speed. Like, sometimes I'm fast, sometimes they're faster, and you know, speed is king in most fight sports. It's not always like who hits the hardest. Sometimes definitely who can get there faster and avoid in time and counter. So I think that's what makes the division more deadly, like, or in the sense of it's more risk and rewards with it. Like, people are willing to do shit. Like, they're willing to fly in your ass just for the highlight reel, as opposed to the guy that's systematically going to beat you down.
Tell us about the important role your coaches play in your progression.
Well, recently I've had not a change of terms, but we're still with Striker 101, but I've been pulling in the required tools to help me evolve, like, as far as a fighter. Like, I don't lose every time. Yeah, I lose, but I don't lose. I learn. You know the whole saying, like, it is true. Like, I always learn something different about myself after each one, and either we progress or, like, we avoid doing whatever I did last time, and either we try to adapt on it or we let it go. Like, you know, like, if I figure, like, my boxing's cleaner, leave the boxing alone. We start going more into Dutch style kickboxing to mix my legs up, because a lot of people know I kick very hard, and we'll do that. That's fine. So we'll mix it up. We'll switch it up, and okay, now they know you can stand up. You got to go to the ground. So with the coaches, we brought in who I need. I got Eric Palmer, wrestling coach out in Harlem based, and then I brought in another advisor who actually did, like, he won wrestling 2 times nationally. So I'm bringing in people. I got Marwin Walker, a black belt professor. I'm working with my manager / boxing coach Heather, who's bringing in a lot of other boxers for me to work with. And then John is my head coach, so, like, he oversees it, and it's usually his voice who orchestrates most of the ring work. So, you know, I keep mixing them up and seeing what fits is the chemistry. Like, I kind of want to, what I want to develop with the coaches and myself, I want to kind of get, like, I want to, the Knicks, like, yeah, when they had Carmelo and Stoudemire, I was like, oh, that wasn't great. That was a great roster that year. So if I can get it where the chemistry is great, then obviously everybody's in sync, then we can progress, you know, because it doesn't matter if you got Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson, if there's no chemistry. That means fighters, coaches, nutritionists, etc. If everybody's not in sync, then you're not going to perform to the capabilities that you thought they would be, because everybody's doing their own thing. People are, navigating whatever the hell they want to do, etc. You need it to be more so, all right, listen, you're the boss, and I can let go the wheels. Because like I said, for 8 years I've been doing it on my own. And when I had to be told by my manager, like, you need to let go and let us, we got this. Just do what we ask you to do, and that's it. Because I'm used to doing it on my own. Like, there was no help before, and I'm used to, like, when you want shit done right, you do it yourself.
So when's the next fight?
Well, we're taking off the rest of this year. I fought 8 times this year, whether it was K1, MMA, like I fought in 2 to 3 different damn divisions this year. So, as far as fighting, I'm going to take off the rest of the year and enjoy, family time. But I am training. I'm working back on getting in the training regimen and getting off my ass. I'm just enjoying, for the first time, not having to cut weight. In the last, fucking October, 10 months, January I fought, February I fought, March I fought, April I fought, May I took off, June I fought in July, and I fought in October. Like, we did very busy this year.
It sounds like it, but it sounds like you're doing the right thing and taking some time off, spending it with the family.
Yeah, trying to get more time with my sons. Since the weight cuts and training always takes me away, not to mention I'm working multiple jobs, so it's like the goal is to get me where I need to get, so I don't have to do 8 jobs and just get focused on fighting, family time, and everything else,
Exactly. I was going to say, always chasing that dream and chasing those goals to be able to focus on things so you can do the right stuff. So before I let you go, what sponsors would you like to thank?
Oh, without a doubt, I'd like to thank Manimal Training Camp, who's held it down for the last few fights, and they've been very loyal to me. Win, lose, or draw, they still back me. They still help with funding. They purchase ticket sales. They promoted my charitable campaign, which is Fight for Our Youth, which I'm trying to get up and running eventually. Like I said, I brought new people in to help me with everything, online marketing, etc. So, Animal Training Camp is definitely one of them. Hustle Barbershop's another. And then Striker 101, like, my camps are usually taken care of because my head coach, has love for me. So we're working out of that and working on getting new sponsors and signing up with new people. Eventually, like, I didn't come out with anything on my banner on my shorts last time because it was what it was, when you're on the incline, everybody's there. When you're on the decline, only people that see the true value, like in the rough edition, will like really stand by you. Like, people know, like, you can be down for so long in this game, especially if you're willing to get back in there. So the people that see it, they'll stick around because they know they're not going to stay down too long, especially if you're coming from, like, I was dominated in the amateurs, and in the beginning of the pros, I had the same type of performance. Like, so now, just like I said, back to reevaluating and seeing what the hell is it, right? Once we get that right, back at it.
And if fans are wanting to follow you on social media, where's the best place for them to check you out?
They can check out my Facebook, which is Jerome the Mechanic, DA, Mechanic Mickle. And then Instagram is DA_Mechanic_. So DA_Mechanic_. I'm also on Twitter as NYC Mechanic. So they can follow me and check me out. Like, I'm always interactive. I always let people like add, follow, ask me questions. There's actually a guy based out of Mississippi, Alabama, and he wants to buy like my Madison Square Garden Bellator shorts. And I asked for $1,000. I was like, give me $200 for them. The memories in my head, because I don't get punch drunk. I don't get beat in the head a lot. As you can see, my fights really fast. So the memories in my head, I got all the memories and the pictures in my head. I remember every fight. I remember every second anxiety, etc. So like shorts and memorabilia like that, I don't care about that stuff. I keep the gloves, so it's something that I show my kids, and they can remember, like, okay, that's what he did. That's why he was so busy. But that's why we were always in the gym. Other than that, like I said, I don't really care for all that extra stuff. So they can follow me there. I'm advising anybody who wants to be a fighter, giving you my point of view, etc., how I feel about it, talking to you guys, pick your brains, or whatever, I'm very interactive. I'm never on no high horse. kid from the Bronx, and I still act that way.
Sounds great, Jerome. We appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Oh,